Alright everybody, this chart right over here is the exact reason why the Bitcoin bull run has not started yet. And as well guys, I'm still up here, $650,000 on my Bitcoin and Ethereum position. I will give you guys an update as well over here on my positions here in this video. Now, let's dive here straight into, as you can see here, the title of this video. Why has the Bitcoin bull run not started yet? Now, as you guys know, I've made I've made a lot of videos here in the last couple of weeks talking about this exact reason. Where's the Bitcoin price going to go? Why are we not pumping? Why have we done so in the past? You know, there's a certain time frame after the halving, and generally speaking, around this time frame, we would always kind of be very close or near the all-time high. And so far, I mean, we're trading at $100,000, which isn't too bad, but we haven't really seen that major explosive move to the upside like we have seen, for example, in the past. So as of now, one of the charts here that I actually saw right over here on the X kind of blew my mind a little bit, and it was quite interesting. And basically what this person is actually saying is that, well, as I actually said in the last video, gold and Bitcoin and stocks are all kind of positively correlated. We are looking as well, for example, at the global liquidity. If the global liquidity is very nice, then you will see naturally things like gold, stocks, and all other assets go to the upside. And I've kind of said as well that Bitcoin will likely follow all of these assets as well eventually to the upside. But then when I had a little bit of a deeper look into these charts here, again, I just, based off the chart here from this guy, it's called Santino Crypto here on X. If I had a little bit of a deeper look, what we can actually see here is that the gold price actually had a move to the downside in the last two bull runs, as you can see right over here in the 2017 one and 2021. And what this actually could conclude is that we want to see probably a little bit of a break, a little bit of a calm down moment for gold, if that kind of makes sense, because gold is going absolutely crazy to the upside. And let me actually see. Well, you can see that right over here. Put it over here. As you can see here, this purple line. It is going absolutely crazy here to the upside. I mean, look at this. I mean, since the previous autumn high over here, this major autumn high in 2020, I mean, it pretty much is up a double, which is not too crazy for Bitcoin. I'm going to double in 4 years. If we were going to see that on Bitcoin, that's quite bad. But gold, again, it's I'd say the boomer coin, not a boomer coin, boomer asset. It generally doesn't tend to move that quickly to the upside. And I mean, if you look kind of historically at gold right over here, I mean, look at this insane move to the upside, as you can see right over here. I mean, absolutely insane. Now, what we want to see is, because gold and Bitcoin are both a little bit of a competitor, we probably want to see gold a little bit calm down and go a little bit sideways, because what I'm actually kind of thinking right now is that a lot of the attention is actually going to gold instead of Bitcoin. And that is, I think, one of the reasons why, for example, in the last two bull runs back in 2017 and 2021, when gold actually went down, that was so incredibly positive for Bitcoin, because there really wasn't any incentive to go in any other safe haven assets against inflation, because, well, they didn't perform well, and gold is the number one safe haven inflation. Maybe the only one, maybe together kind of combined with silver here, that's kind of the asset that can be used as money and that can be used to protect your wealth against inflation. So the fact that gold is going up as a competitor here against Bitcoin, that is kind of putting a little bit of pressure here on Bitcoin for it to actually go sideways. So as I said in the last video, gold and everything else is quite positively correlated, but this can be a negative thing where we're seeing gold to the upside, massive attention is being diverted from Bitcoin into gold, and this is only going to be, of course, something short term. Eventually, Bitcoin is going to catch back, especially when gold is going to go a little bit sideways. What you're going to see is that people are going to naturally take some profits, and this is going to be very, very good for Bitcoin. So this thing over here, it's actually, how would I say, it's kind of like saving up momentum for the Bitcoin bull run for a little bit later, because the higher this thing going to go, people that are gold bugs, who are against inflation, the Fed, whatever, they're going to take some profits, and that's going to all flow back into Bitcoin. So as you guys know, I'm still here in this long position here, still $650,000, and I am just pretty much chilling. I'm just kind of waiting out here. I'm going to see and just let this thing play out. You guys can also see my Ethereum position here, and as you guys know, these are all here trades that I've shown here as well here on YouTube, and I've just kind of had this trade open here for the last couple of weeks. I'm thinking of doing some scalping maybe a little bit later. But anyway, this is a long short. This is just leverage trading. Basically what I'm doing here is through these leverage trade platforms, you can actually make money based on if the price goes up or to the downside. So when I bet that the price is going to go up, I can actually enter a long position. And then if the price moves in my favor, I can actually earn more money through that. And so that's what I've been doing here on both of the Ethereum and the Bitcoin position. So one of the indicators right over here as well, here. I've talked about this indicator a couple times before. You guys can actually see that whenever we move here to this red line over here, this is kind of like a big Bollinger Band, but as you can see, whenever we move it to this red line, we've always set here an all-time high. So far, this is trading around $280,000. We're not anywhere near that. So we still have a couple more months left. I mean, even if we do have this all-time high go up in January, February next year, that would still be completely fine. It wouldn't really line up with the previous halvings exactly, but I think it shouldn't be that much of a difficulty. So yeah, I think we're still just going to continue to move to the upside, and that is again just what I'm waiting for. By the way, if you do actually want to find out what this exact indicator is, and you want to also add this indicator to the chart, I will actually post this indicator inside my private VIP channel over here, which is, by the way, completely for free to join. All you have to do is sign up over here on the Blofin exchange, the BTCC or the Bybit exchange, deposit, open a trade, and then actually set me your user ID right over here on Telegram. And again, these exchanges over here, for example, Blofin and BTCC and all of these other exchanges over here, they give out a massive bonus, and they're all non-KYC beside Bybit over here. And again, these are all these leverage trade platforms here. I've used all of them here in the past, so that's why I'm actually promoting them, as you can see right over here. So just pick any of the exchange you like, and then send me a DM after you've deposited and opened the trade over here, and I will add you here to the private VIP channel completely for free. So anyway, moving forward here to the next thing is we're going to talk a little bit about the Bitcoin golden pie cycles. And so far, this one as well has not crossed yet. And I was a little bit skeptical about this indicator last time that we crossed back here in 2021. I don't really remember if you guys were really watching. I mean, I think most users probably going to be still there, but I think at the time I was kind of a little bit skeptical of the pie cycles. I was like, guys, these weird MAs, they're just a bunch of magic. They're really not going to predict this all-time high. But they did. I was wrong about that. So last all-time high was a little bit more bullish. I was expecting a little bit more higher move to the upside, which we did kind of eventually get. But yeah, the top cycle indicator, the pie cycle indicator, did actually predict right over here the all-time high, and also predicted the bottom a little bit off. I mean, I kind of outperformed the pie cycle, so this time I did eventually get a payback here, predicting the bottom here at $17,000. I mean, you can go to my X account. I was pretty vocal about that. It's probably one of my best predictions out there so far. I mean, a 2020 bottom as well, when my kind of channel blew up at the time, but definitely here in 2022. That big prediction, I mean, that one is in such a massive profit. And so since then, I mean, the pie cycle, we are really not anywhere near to this thing crossing. And every single time that we have crossed, the Bitcoin price had this all-time high and it topped out. And so far, we're nowhere near. We're not even like slightly touching, or you're like, oh, it's like almost going to cross, but it misses. No, this thing is nowhere near to cross, which in my opinion means that we're still going to get this major explosive move to the upside. So I'm just waiting out for this thing to play out. And I know some people might say the big price is a little bit boring, or they might be tempted to go into altcoins. I think we just need to wait for the gold price to get a correction to the downside. And I think then eventually the Bitcoin price is going to follow. Now, understand, by the way, I've said this many times, I always say this in every video, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a random guy on the internet, so don't take my financial advice. But that's just how I look at my chart and how I look at the chart, and that's all my own opinion. So anyway, with that, I want to end this video again. If you want to join the VVP Telegram, it's completely for free. Just sign up on any of these exchanges over here in the description, and then send me here a DM with your user ID. So yeah, with that, we're going to end this video. I hope to see you guys, of course, here in my next video. Bye-bye.